Alright, what's going on, guys? Chris Rudnick here, and today, not gonna lie, kind of fucked up. It's already like 6 o'clock. Kind of just got to the shop about an hour ago, and it's windy. Haven't really done anything yet, which kind of sucks because I really wanted to leave tonight, but last night it just wasn't my night. I've never had like back pain before, and I had the worst, like when I say the worst back pain of my life. Like, I almost thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital, to be completely honest, but after like 2 hours of walking around, it kind of just went away. But today, what we're gonna be doing is the GTR is still on the lift. Roberto has to install that trigger kit because, like I said in yesterday's video, if you guys watched it, I don't really want to learn on the RB26 and cut the oil pump, so I'm gonna let Roberto do that. He said he's gonna be here around 8, so while we're waiting, my buddy Mark is here eating fucking... I've never seen someone eat chips like that, dude. I guess that's cool because you don't get your hand all greasy. Not bad. But today we're gonna be installing the oil cooler, and I'm dark. We're gonna be installing the oil cooler, so when I'm raging Connecticut back roads, you know, my oil's temps aren't too high and then it doesn't thin out and we don't get rod knock once again. So I'm gonna start by taking the driver's side wheel off and taking this fender liner out because we're gonna be installing the oil cooler right here. So should get interesting. Let's get to it. All right, wheel is off. Whoa. So guys, currently I'm running around trying to do 100 things at once because I'm really trying to go to Connecticut as soon as possible. Now I just saw something wrong with the GTR that honestly, personally, I think it's gonna push back another day just because I don't want to rush anything. Check this out. So I was like, Marcus, this is why I don't like living on a fucking dirt road because everything gets so sandy. And he was like, well, it doesn't just get sandy normally. And then he pointed out that I probably, when I went to go put the engine back on the subframe, ripped the fuck out of that boot, and I just didn't notice. Yeah, you live and you learn, whatever, I messed up, but hopefully you guys have an extra boot.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I ended up taking this whole liner off. Marcus has been working on the oil cooler, getting it mounted. It's probably gonna sit, what, like that?
No.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's sick. And that's cool because when I'm driving, airflow will come through there, and what we're gonna do with the fender liner is we're actually just gonna cut out like a little piece right here and put some mesh. It's actually gonna look exactly like this because this is where the other oil cooler used to be, and air used to go from there, and then it used to come out from this mesh hole right there, so it wasn't just trapped inside the bumper. The hot air had somewhere to leave, so it was always getting constant clean air. While Marcus has been working on mounting that oil cooler, me and Courtney, we've been trying to clean out the truck because, okay, so I bought all new stuff for the trailer box, right? This trailer box hasn't been cleaned. I wish I had a before and after shot. The trailer box haven't been cleaned since the Kent shop, and we're currently like brake cleaning it out, trying to make it look nice because I have a bunch of new stuff like detail products, zip ties, bungee cords, new ratchet straps and everything. Like, all this stuff was so old and it was like so hard to like ratchet strap these down because they're all rusty and old. And I ended up finding a bunch of tools, which I think what I'm gonna end up doing, because I wanna try this out. Coke like kills rust. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, by the way. Coke kills rust, and I'm kinda hoping that it's just gonna clean these tools up. They're gonna be brand new again. So I wanna buy like a 2-liter bottle of Coke and see what would happen with all these tools. But I'm gonna currently clean out the bed, vacuum inside the truck, so when we are ready to leave, everything will be situated. It'll be stress-free because everything will be done. We don't have to worry about anything, but I'm just gonna get to work. All right, so the truck is almost done over there. Marcus just finished mounting the oil cooler. This is where it's gonna sit. Let me get a light so you can see that better. This is where it's going to sit right here. We got a 90 right there for a line, and we're gonna be running a straight right there as well. So now what I'm doing is I'm just draining the oil for the second time this week. Gonna take the oil filter off and put this piece on over here. This one right here, I'm just gonna brake clean the hell out of it. Before I brake clean it, I'm just gonna pop out the little O-ring because I don't want that to swell up. And then I'm just gonna thread this onto the stock oil filter location. Just clean this sucker with a can of brake clean and a bunch of air, and it looks brand new. Like I said, took the seal out so it doesn't swell up, put it back in. Now I'm just gonna oil around it, put it where the stock oil filter used to be, right down there, and then run some lines. All right, guys, so Roberto came to save the night. Roberto, what are you doing right now? Or what have you been doing for the past few hours, I should say?
Yeah, well, we got done wiring the sensor, not wiring, but like making connectors for it. Right.
So keep in mind, Roberto made all of this. Super fancy.
Into the OEM harness. So it's just like a plug and play.
Yep.
That I made you. So now both sensors can be disconnected anytime, replaced, serviced, whatever, clean.
And this used to be my stock cam angle sensor.
Right, from here on. So
Yeah.
just, you know, using the same circuits, using the same everything, and that way it's a clean install. We don't have to have any, you know, crazy joints, and everything can be removed if needed.
So just to get this right, this one goes down below.
Yep, so this one's reading the 12 teeth on this trigger wheel.
Let's see if we can get a light in there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So that's going to be what your computer uses to know the RPM you're spinning at, where your engine is. And then there's going to be one sensor here on the cam.
Which is this one right here.
Which is your 1 degree trigger. That's your 1 degree trigger. And that is just for the computer to use to know where the engine is in its firing sequence.
Focus, focus, focus. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Focus, focus, focus. All right, guys, so she looks a little messy right now, but I will say that this car is almost done. I just want to give a quick, big shout out to Roberto. Instagram's gonna be right here, right now. He pretty much did the whole trigger kit himself. He made a new harness for it and everything is coming along great. The reason why we don't have the front cover on right now is because we want to bring it back on the dyno because the trigger kit, it's supposedly supposed to add some more horsepower. So we want to see the difference in power, and we also want to be able to adjust the cam gears while it's on the dyno as well, just to see if we could squeeze a little more power. 550, it's cool, but I mean, if we can get closer to 600, every single bit counts. But I think we're going to call it a night here. Obviously, the video's not over because we didn't really do much. I mean, we did a lot, but we didn't do a lot in the video. Tomorrow, I need to come back here. I just need to, obviously put the hoses on, which take 2 seconds. I might even do that before I leave. But other than that, everything's together. I need to run the oil cooler lines. I couldn't do that right now because HP wasn't open and I needed to use their vise. So tomorrow I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna do the lines real quick and then put this thing on the dyno. We're gonna see what she makes. We're gonna see if there's any hiccups with the car. And after that, I think she will be good, finally. Good afternoon, everyone. So I just got to the shop. I don't wanna waste any time. We need to get these oil lines all worked out so we can actually get this thing on the dyno. We can actually start driving this thing again. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out where these lines need to go. So let's see if you can see this right here. Perfect, you can. All right, so this one to my right, this is the in, and this is the out. So I need to run a line to the in, to the in right here. And if you guys don't know what the in is, it's always the one in the middle of like the relocation kit. So like this is in the middle, so that one's the in. And then obviously right next to the in, you have the out. The out is actually gonna go to the cooler at the bottom of it. Now the cooler doesn't have like an in and out, but I figured like I want it to flow like up to down. So we're gonna put the out there. And then from this is gonna be sitting right here. That's the in, this is the out. This out is gonna go on the top of the filter. And I like to call this the circle of life. In through the engine, into the oil filter, out of the oil filter, into the oil cooler, out of the oil cooler, back into the engine. So that is the circle of life, and that is how we're gonna keep our engine cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually gonna mount this thing. It's probably gonna sit right about there. We have a bracket all mocked up right here. I just need to drill some holes and get to work. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then we can start making our lines. All right, guys, so I didn't want to bore you, so I already made 2 of the 3 lines. This is the 3rd one I'm making right now. So we got a 45 AN fitting right here. This is gonna go from the oil relocation piece all the way down to the top of the oil cooler. So we're just gonna, I already put this fitting on. We just need to cut this piece of electrical tape right here and then put a 90-degree fitting on and we'll be good to go. Let's hit it. Hey Marcus, you wanna cut this for me? Figured I'd ask, he loves using the angle grinder. All right, so as you can see, we just cut this line. Now before I actually put the fitting on, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blow some compressed air through this because I don't want any rubber or anything in these lines when oil actually goes through them, so I'm just gonna be right back. All right, now that we did that, we should be pretty good. Now I just have to put this fitting onto the line right here. And honestly, this is a treadstone fitting. I absolutely love these fittings because like, I've dealt with a decent amount of AN fittings and like these have been the easiest for me. So you just like kind of put it on and then I guess just twist until it bottoms out. Just like so. Can you see that or is this camera too shitty? Camera's too shitty, but the end line is butted up to the fitting right here. Then I put some dielectric grease on the threads just so it goes in smoother so we don't strip it. I actually already stripped that one today. We don't have to talk about that. But yeah, it's a sad day for this fitting. Whoops. And now since I already stripped one, I like to start it by hand instead of immediately putting it in the vise. make sure everything goes smoothly, and I can actually twist it by hand for a couple threads, which went pretty solid. So that looks pretty straight to me. We're gonna put this on the vise. All right, set up the microfiber so we don't scratch it. Filming?
Yeah. Can you do this without scratching it?
Yeah. I've done it like 3 times already.
Isn't it nice to do it and it doesn't get scratched?
I mean, you don't see any of these, so it's like, I don't personally care.
Right.
I know, I just don't care.
Yeah, you don't want this to turn.
Not yet, at least, right? That's going good, right?
Yeah, it should be fine going. As long as you don't see it popping out. It's like it's super out of focus.
Thing's junk.
You put it deeper in there, you go. Put it deep in there. Don't crank it too much slowly.
Yeah, Mark's already told me that.
That thing sucks, dude.
Shout out Canon for making the absolute worst camera on the market to this date. You guys are the best. All right, so this is about to be done here. I wish this camera would focus better, but... Oh, there we go. That's kind of focused, right? It's not doing bad. But now that this won't focus on the tripod, I don't want to like strip this out, so I'm gonna do this real quick. Okay, well this took me a lot longer than I was expecting, but it's okay because this is the first time I've ever done oil lines for my oil cooler by myself, and I think I did pretty damn good. So before, with just the 2 brackets on the oil cooler, it tended to move. Now this fucker is not going anywhere. Actually, the whole car moves before I move the actual oil cooler, but here we have a bunch of zip ties. We got a 90 up there running all the way up. We have just a straight fitting running all the way up through there. I made sure that any part that was hitting metal, I just cut an old intercooler coupler in half, and then I just zip tied it so at any point this AN line is not hitting metal whatsoever. So this is what the bottom looks like. We also have some rubber shielding up there as well. I don't use this anymore, don't worry about that. Up here it's kind of hard to see, but I just have everything zip tied out of the way. And we got the oil relocation kit right there, right next to the Tomei fuel pressure regulator. Now the only thing I don't like that I did was the Tomei fuel pressure regulator, it's facing this way instead of straight. I mean, maybe later on, this isn't even tight, I have to tighten that, but later on I can make a bracket to kind of make it straight. But the filter's gonna be sitting here anyway, so you're not even gonna see that. But honestly, I'm pretty stoked on how it came out. It took me a long time, and I'm proud that I did it myself. Now the only thing I have to do is I need to wait for Roberto because we need to finish like plugging all this stuff in. He just told me last night to get everything together besides the front cover so we can actually adjust the cam gear. So I just have to wait for him, and I'm gonna go get a filter, put some oil in this baby, and she'll be ready to go tonight. I'm pumped. Okay, so once again, Roberto came to save the day. Right now we are setting the base timing, correct?
Well, we're setting the timing offset for the tourniquet.
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna set the base timing.
Okay.
Watch, it's all in one.
And my job is to sit here with the Mac tool thing, hit the light, and then wait to see if it's at 20 degrees. I'm ready when you are, guy. Oh, I guess I wasn't ready. Now go again. You're way negative. We're like 15 off right now. Oh, right there, wait, hold on. 5, 10, 15. We're at 20. Perfect. You can shut her down. Dang, this looks crazy. Look at all the shit here. This is a fucking, this engine bay looks insane right now. Dude, you got 20 on the dot, dude. Congratulations, that's sick.
2 tries, too.
Yeah, not bad. So that's our base timing, we're good. We can lock it there, or?
Yeah, so it's the base timing for the tourniquet and the base timing for the ECU.
Okay, cool.
So just to give you an idea, we have between 0 and 720 degrees to work with.
And we just got 20.
We're at 700.
Oh.
You literally can sit there and like, go.
Jeez, that's insane. So what's the stock base timing? 20 or 15? I forget.
27.
Oh, 27?
Oh no, 110.
110. Okay.
110.
I shouldn't have
on the
asked
factory cranking sensor.
I shouldn't have asked.
It's not relevant. It's
Yeah.
it just depends on the trigger set.
Okay, well, we're good. Now this thing is, I mean, it's technically ready, or you still got to do a couple boops?
I just want to check a few things. I want to verify, no offense, I just want to verify the number.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
And,
I mean, I know I'm right, but whatever, dude.
I'm 99.9% you're right. Doesn't hurt to have 2 eyes.
Whatever, dude. So my calculations were off. The first line is 0. I started at 5, so we're actually at 15 degrees. I guess that 0.01% was right. Damn it. All right, guys, well, everything is officially good. We just have to put everything back together and kind of tidy everything up. Like I said before, touch it.
Yeah.
You think it would shock me?
I don't want to know.
Fuck it.
That's a bad.
You're good. Yeah, it's not that bad. I don't feel anything, actually.
You ever been shocked before?
Yeah, I remember I did it one time and it fucking hurt.
I don't like it.
But anyways, like I said, we're gonna keep the cam cover off just because, like, when it goes on the dyno tomorrow, I want to be able to see if we can get some power out of those. And I mean, yeah, we just found out there was a little leak over there, so I have to fix that and just kind of button up a few things. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right, shitty camera. Okay, so GTR is pretty much done. We just have, like I said in the last clip, we just have to button some things up. I totally forgot about this axle boot. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna save it till tomorrow after the dyno and stuff. I don't want to run into a problem and not be able to get on the dyno. But I lifted the car up. I was brake cleaning everything. There was dirt. There was dirt on my new wheels. There was sand everywhere. And I'm like, it's midnight. It's already too late to post. I'm gonna miss another fucking day because I'm an asshole. Might as well just take the axle out right now. So it's 12:10. I'm gonna take the whole front right side apart. I gotta take the wheel off, the caliper, the coil over, the upper control arm thing, and then pop the axle out. Tomorrow I gotta put it in a vise, take it apart, put the boot on, clean the whole car. And yeah, after that, after 20 steps, axle boot is solved. So I'm just gonna get this car ready tonight. I mean, I'm not gonna post. I already told myself I wasn't, and I'm gonna lose money. Who cares? We're gonna work on the GTR, and this thing is gonna be dialed by tomorrow. Hype. All right, guys. Well, I don't want to admit this, but I am admitting defeat right now. This axle's really been kicking my ass. So this is it. I mean, good news, we didn't break anything. I cleaned most of the stuff up there. I had to end up taking like the sway bar link off, the tie rod, the upper control arm, all of the brake lines, and the axle was stuck in the diff, and there was a bunch of different problems that I encountered, and it was a bit challenging. Oh, this is zoomed in the whole time, that's why. But yeah, it's like 1 in the morning right now, so I think I'm just gonna go home, get a good night's sleep, and actually bring this to HP tomorrow and actually use a vise and do everything right, because it's just kind of difficult trying to step on this axle, using a screwdriver, smashing it with a mallet, trying not to damage the needle bearings and all that stuff. So we're just gonna end it there. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys wanna subscribe for more, subscribe for more. 100% GTR is gonna go on the dyno tomorrow. Sorry that I've been missing a few days. I've really just been working a lot on this car, and I really just haven't had time to actually edit and stuff, because every single time I'm done working on this car, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. So I'll just see you when I see you. Peace.